This is Game Philosopher, and this is the show where we talk about anime, manga, gaming, philosophy, and apparently important issues about life, which is what philosophy is about, and YouTube. So, today, reflecting on how much of a failure my channel is, I am not going to give up. And there's a reason for this. And there's a reason why no one should give up when the going goes rough. Now, there are two things that happen when you are failing. Either you give up and there's no lesson learned. You just find this little static area where you are just at right there. You get all depressed about it because you're going to deal with sadness and doubt and all this stuff regardless. But when you give up, what happens is that you put the seeds of a terrible self-contempt and hatred. Meanwhile, if you do not give up, yes, you're going to deal with all the sadness and all this other stuff. But at the same time, instead of sowing this seed that's a very dangerous seed, you're actually looking through your what do they call them? Seed bags or whatever. Yeah, you're looking through your seed bag. I'm not sure if that's a proper term. And then you are looking for the proper seed to plant, and therefore you grow out your success. Now, for me, I've been doing the same failure over and over and over again. And part of it's just because I do not know exactly how to advertise myself. Just make sure you look in the description to see my Twitter, and I'll keep you updated on my stuff. And make sure you subscribe, hit the bell button, share this video out to anyone who's depressed. So anyway, when you are dealing with these things, a lot of people just say, give up. Some people even, when they're stressed out, they will say, you don't know when to give up, do you? Or something like that. And really, they're wrong. You know when to give up. And the answer to that is never. Now, if you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, well, you might want to give up doing that strategy, but you might want to change your strategy. Well, if you're just trying to do this one thing, but at the same time doing it, you are doing this strategy is not working, just fix your strategy until you can finally do it. In fact, when we look at the principles which are used in, let's say, natural philosophy, which is also known as science, when you look at the methodology of experimentation that's actually used by the scientists, which is the same way of the Old English empiricist and how they tended to do things, which is attaching high value to experimentation. What happens is if you keep this in mind, I'm not an empiricist, by the way. I'm more of an idealist, but at the same time, when you look at this epistemology and you apply it here, when you keep this in mind, you do this, it fails, so what you should do is draw back. And when you draw back, you need to get the education you need in areas such as, for me, with the advertisement, I just need to read a few books on how to influence people and how to get the videos out to a wider audience, and the advertisement type stuff. Now, if I were trying to learn how to play baseball and I didn't know how to hit a home run, would I not also practice, not only study, but practice how to get the home run? I mean, it's pretty much the same concept. So when you fail, just remember that just trying is great, and if people are going to criticize you for just trying, nope, you shouldn't let them. In fact, there are some famous YouTubers who I really like, such as Bogey2988, who, they're nice people, but at the same time, they let these jealous people get in their way and criticize them a lot and belittle them. And, obviously those guys, they don't have the views or anything of those famous YouTubers, and so even when you have success, you will deal with these types of things. But really, with success and failure, it's the same thing. You just need to come up with different strategies if something bothers you. Now, this is the Game Philosopher. Like that bell button, comment, subscribe.